Well, hi, everybody, and welcome into the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show, and welcome to football week number 1. Sammy Burnett, Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director, is with me. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Carl. How are you?
Things are good. Thank you for asking, and thank you for being here, as you have now for 384 shows.
Nice. We're hitting the 400 mark pretty soon.
Oh, well, that's what I said last week. We're going to get close and hit that before the end of the year.
Very nice.
Let's see, 2 shows a
And
week.
we still have people listening? That's a miracle.
I think so. Star, have you checked our ratings lately? People still listening?
Sometimes.
Watching?
Oh, that wasn't very reinforcing.
I know.
I'm kidding.
She said
Of
sometimes.
course they are.
Well,
Good.
here we are. She's got us decked out in front of Gordonwood Stadium, one of my favorite places right
That's
here,
right.
Coach.
I feel like we're sort of stuck in the ground.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
It's all right.
But, man, it's going to be full of hustle and bustle later this week with Lamb Passes coming to town. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Of course, some football, and you had your scrimmage number 2 at Godley the other night. I actually watched some of that. Some people were video streaming, and I was here at work. And, man, I saw some really good things. Your offensive line, I think, looks really good.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They're physical. We're making some assignment busts, but for the most part, they're playing well and playing as a unit. Right now, I think that's the strongest part of our team. Of course, we have a couple of running backs in Conlon Anderson and Jalen Brown and Dryden Anderson. They all three run the ball the same. They have good speed, but they're not that Reese Rogers, juke you, beat you down the sideline guy. They're going to truck you and then extend the play with their speed. But I think they're elusively fast. But they're bruiser running backs. I think they get 20 carries a night. By the end of those 20 carries, they're going to put some bruises on some folks, and they're going to run hard and get extra yards. So I'm really excited about that. I think our receiving corps is doing a good job. Still working on our blocking on the perimeter, but we're doing better than we were in that area. Able to get the ball out there quick to some good receivers and let them go, of course, led by Jason Jackson. Elias Huerta Dowd does a great job catching the ball and extending plays. Thad Hines is the kid on the opposite side of Jason Jackson who hadn't got a bunch of touches in scrimmages, got a few, but he'll get more. He's going to be a dynamic type player. He's 6'4". And then, of course, Braden Dobbs, the slot on the other side, and he learning the position. He played quarterback before. He's learned the intricacies of being a receiver, but, man, he can run. So we feel really good offensively. Still, defensively, we started off slow in the scrimmage, and I think they scored on 4 plays just because we weren't ready to go and came out slow and still hadn't found our identity. We're going to have to get physical. We've made some changes this week and some personnel and positions. We've let it go far enough that we felt like we needed to make a move, so we've done that, and we're going to really coach them up this week to understand those positions even more. But we still got to find ourselves defensively, find ways to get off the field. I think as the scrimmage went along, our defense got better, played faster, made more tackles. I think we made them punt 4 times, which was good. In return, we didn't punt once, so I thought all in all it was a pretty good scrimmage. Still having a problem turning the ball over in 2 scrimmages. We've had 3 turnovers by our running backs. 1 was on the 3-yard line. We got to stop that. Chance has done a good job, I think, working the pocket and scrambling when he's had to, delivering the ball from the pocket when he can, but scrambling when he needs to, keeping his eyes downfield, either regrouping and setting back up to deliver the ball or being able to throw the ball on the run. I think he's done a pretty good job of that. So all in all, I thought it was a lot better scrimmage than it was the week before against Salado. So keep taking one step forward, keep stepping up every week on one rung of that ladder, and I think we'll be where we need to be come district time.
All right, so what's the work going to be this week primarily? Talk a little bit about practice and what lies ahead for the Lions.
Sure. Like today, we started this morning at 6:30 in the weight room. Got our weights done. We did our sprints, our conditioning this morning, and then we went through walkthroughs as a defense. And then when they were finished, we split up and go to our offensive meetings and go through walkthrough and install game plan this morning. We'll let them go to school for a little bit. They come back 5th period. We'll go out on the field and we'll start our defensive practice. We'll get most of that defensive practice done during the period. They'll have team left. We'll come back after school, work all of our special teams. We'll work our offensive special teams, and then, we go into our offensive practice, complete our offensive practice, finish the day with team defense. Tomorrow we'll do the same thing. They don't come in the morning because they are off on Tuesday. So they're off in the morning. During the period we go offensive, individuals, team screens, whatever we have scheduled. Come after school, do our defensive special teams, and then go into defense, and then finish with offense. And then again, Wednesday, we'll come back in the morning, lift our weights, go through weights and walkthroughs, and sort of the same routine. By Friday, we feel the haze. Thursday, we feel the haze in the barn. We go out in the afternoon and kick the field, and we go through every aspect of the game, from receiving a safety, punting from the end zone, returning the kick from us after we've gotten a safety, from onside kick to receiving an onside kick to 2-minute. So we go through every phase of the game, 2-point plays, offsides after going to kick a field goal. They jump offsides. We run the offense back on the field because we got 1 yard and run a 2-point play. So every scenario that you can have in a game, we go through that scenario on Thursday so that our kids aren't shocked if something happens. And then after end of Friday, we put it on cruise a little bit and relax and just continue to work on the mental part and try to show up on Friday and play physical and play fast.
Lampass is coming to town. That is a 7:30 kickoff, and we'll get more of a scouting report on Wednesday's show from the Badgers. Lost a lot of weapons from last year, but still a solid team under Coach Rogers, no doubt.
They got a lot of weapons still.
Yeah, I know some of your guys watched them scrimmage the other night, so we'll talk about Lampasses on Wednesday. I think it is important, though, because I've already had people asking me about individual ticket sales, and there's some stuff about the sub-varsity games at Lampasses, though. Should we go ahead and go through that?
You bet. Let's go over just general ticket sales from now on. Ticket sales for all home games will be Wednesday and Thursday, 8 to 12, 1 to 4 as usual. Friday will be 9 to 12, so don't come at 2 o'clock expecting to get a ticket for a Friday game. Lisa has a lot to do. She's a lot of times she's gone. We have pep rallies, things like that. So we shut ticket sales down on Friday at noon. So you need to make sure you get your tickets Wednesday or Thursday if you can't be there after lunch. And on Friday we'll sell 9 until 12 before lunch. So that's general tickets, and prices go as this: a reserve or prices for reserve or general admission for adults are $6. Any student ticket is $3. Any ticket, if you send your child and he's 5 years old to the game on Friday without a ticket and he purchased one, it's going to be $7. It doesn't matter. Adults, children, students, if you show up at the gate to get a ticket, it's $7. Sub-varsity games that are played at home, junior high or sub-varsity games that are played at home, you can get a ticket at the gate on the home side. We still do the same thing that we've done in the past, so no fears there. The changes that are still made is there's a lot of schools, a lot of teams in our district, a lot of schools will go week to week and let us know how you can purchase tickets, because some can do it online, some let you buy them there or do it online, some say you can only do it online. An example, Lampasses, you have to buy your tickets online, but if you don't and you show up at the game, they take that little square thing, you take a picture of it, it puts it in your system, you pay online still from your phone right there. They will not take cash. So there's a lot of places that way, but the way to do it for this Thursday for our 9th grade Maroon and our JV teams is go to, the link is lisdtx.org, so that's Lampasas Independent School District Texas.org. Go to Badger Tickets, click on Ticket Sales, and I think they're $3 for those games. But the way you get your tickets, the link is lisdtx.org. Go to Badger Ticket Sales, click on it, buy your tickets. I think they're $3 a piece.
Maroon freshman and JV at Lampasses.
That's right. And then on Thursday as well, our combined white team will play at Gordonwood Stadium against Blanco. So that's a 5 o'clock game. But if you want a ticket to that game, if your child is playing at that game or cheering at that game or whatever the situation may be, if you want a ticket to that game, you can show up at Gordonwood Stadium, walk up to the gate, and buy your ticket with cash money. We're still doing it the old way. We're still.
I like it.
Well, me too. We're still doing it the old way. You buy your tickets from the office or you buy them at the gate.
All right, there you go. So again, if you want to go to the game Friday, get your tickets beginning Wednesday from Lisa at the athletic office. All right, great stuff, Coach. I know we have some other sports over the weekend. It was busy.
Yeah, we have a lot of sports. Tennis played at home against Snyder. We're successful in their matches with them, 11-4, but they dropped their matches to Wall, which is a good tennis program, 17-2. I know Coach wasn't excited about that. I have one that plays tennis as well, and she wasn't too excited about their performance against them, but I know they'll bounce back and Wall has a great tennis program. Volleyball defeated Iowa Park twice. Fort Worth Eastern Hills, Whitney, Fredericksburg, Saginaw to claim the Silver Division Championship in the Glen Rose Tournament. Olivia Fowler and Tessa Goodwin were selected as all tournament players. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Coach Smith and the volleyball team. I think they went 7-2, 7-3, 8-2, something like that. I think they dropped a game to Peaster and then won to that other team.
Yeah, I think they were
Easter
6-2.
2 Friday and went undefeated Saturday.
Yeah, 2 and 4.
6-2.
Pretty good
6
showing.
and 2. Pretty good showing.
Man.
That's a lot of volleyball to play in a couple of days, so congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Also, going over to Jim Ned, our cross-country team, our girls won the meet. So
Yes.
Congratulations to them. Our boys finished 5th, and Caleb Nelson finished 4th overall for the boys. So congratulations to the girls for winning the Jim Ned cross-country meet. And our boys, like I said, finished 5th, with Caleb Nelson leading them once again, was 4th. As an individual, so congratulations to them.
Well, way to go, cross-country girls. First and Caleb fourth. Man, that's good stuff.
That is good stuff.
Awesome. I'm glad you got that in there.
Yeah, our numbers in cross country are really high. I'm really enjoying the fact that, our girls, I don't know, if I was guessing, if I counted, I got a picture, I should have counted, they're probably somewhere in the 15s.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Good numbers. Really not much going on until later this week. I think teams are off tomorrow, I think, Coach.
Yeah, got a lot of tournament stuff. Tennis will be back in action on the 26th versus San Angelo Lakeview at Brownwood. Like I said, football will kick off for the sub-varsities. The Maroon, 9th grade Maroon, and the JV will go to Lampasas. That's at 5 and 6:30. The combined team will stay at home and play Blanco. That's at 5 o'clock. And then, of course, on Friday, volleyball will go to their tournament in Argyle. They'll finish that tournament up Saturday evening sometime. And then the varsity football game versus Lampasas is at 7:30. But everything's pretty quiet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because of tournament season. And then, of course, we kick it off Friday night with some Texas high school football.
Well, we can't wait. And programming note, Thursday, you and I will get together on the radio about 5:30, maybe you and I, and talk a little bit more about the Lions in depth, your coaching staff, and look ahead to this year's with our Lions season preview, 5:30 on Thursday. Thank you for the information here, by the way.
You're welcome.
I really do appreciate that. Helps an old broadcaster out, you know.
Yeah, that 2D is pretty important. You need to know who's out there, and sometimes if you can memorize numbers. Hardest thing for me is to memorize numbers at the first of the year.
Right.
Who's number 1? Who's number 16, coach? So I try to memorize the kids and their new numbers because, like I said, our kids like to switch numbers as well. Like our quarterback has a different number this year, and he had last year, and someone else. And now I think they do that just to confuse me.
Well, I think so. What number is Chance this year?
Yeah.
Is he 6 or 9? He was 9 last year.
He'd be 6
He's 6 this year.
It's all crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's right. But you know what? You do a fascinating job, though, of remembering these kids and calling the names out. Because I could mention anything, freshman, JV, and you usually just spout it out just like that. That's pretty admirable.
That's about all I know.
And you mentioned your daughter, Tatum, playing tennis.
Yeah, Tatum's playing tennis.
She's a cheerleader, too. I noticed she was in the other day.
Yeah, she works at Starbucks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
did you hear that star?
Makes straight A's.
Starbucks.
So, yeah, she's a pretty intelligent young lady. I think last year I snuck a look at her final report card, and her lowest grade was a 98. I was like,
my goodness.
Oh, my Lord.
Wow.
So she's got her plate full, but you know what? Idle minds make poor decisions, and hers sure isn't idle, so maybe she'll make some great decisions and enjoy her senior year.
Boy, no doubt about that. All right, do we get a Monday NASCAR report? Oh,
Yep,
we do. Oh, looky there.
Winner at Michigan, Ryan Blaney, followed up by, again, what's his name? Come on.
Bowman.
Bowman didn't get second.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Kyle Larson got second.
Third.
Who got second? Who was on second? It wasn't Bowman.
Who's on second? What's on second?
Who got second?
It was Byron, not Bowman.
Yeah,
Byron.
William Byron.
Yeah.
Used to drive. He
William
drives a
Byron.
24 car. Can you tell me who used to drive the 24
I
car?
know that
legendary?
one.
Who is
Me,
it?
me,
Who
me,
is it?
coach. Me,
Who?
teacher.
Favorite.
Yeah, my favorite, Mr. Jeff Gordon, the
Yeah.
great singer-songwriter as well.
Yeah, he's about 5'1", I think. But he could drive those cars, man. They put him in a booster seat and he'd drive like crazy.
Did you ever see, I wasn't a big Jeff Gordon fan, but I respect what he did for racing. kind of like Tiger for golf, man. Whether you like him or not, he did a lot for the sport.
Yeah.
And he turned a lot of people on to NASCAR because
He
you either
did.
love him or hate him.
Yeah, he had that pretty boy hairdo, that little baby talking voice, and was out there, and he is mean on the track. You know, he used to butt heads with Dale Earnhardt, which most people didn't have the guts to do, but he did.
Another one he butted heads with was that Stewart guy, number 20.
Yeah, Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't think they liked each other at all.
Yeah, but he's a little bitty cat, but he sure wasn't afraid to stick his nose in there and say, "Get out my way."
Did you ever hear him do the take me out to the ball game at Wrigley Field?
I did not.
You need to listen to that sometime. It's quite entertaining.
Is it?
Oh, he got the crowd into it when he said, "Welcome to Wrigley Stadium, y'all." Wrigley Stadium.
Yeah,
What?
that probably didn't go. Yeah, that probably didn't go over too well. That's funny.
It's funny stuff. Not quite. He was a little better singing than Ozzy Osbourne was, but hey, you need to listen to it. All right, Coach
What happened
Ben.
to Kyle, by the way?
He-
let that go under
You
the
know what?
radar.
He did well most of the race. He fought from way back all the way to fourth, and he led at one point. But I think what got them and him and Chase Elliott both messed up on their tire strategy and their pit strategies, and they were up front and wound up getting put in the back and had to fight to get back in. I think he finished somewhere around 7th.
Yep. And
Kyle
Oh,
did,
man.
but where was Chase?
8.
8th. So I mean, their pit strategies, both of them, when they went in, were both sitting in one, and they took two different pit strategies, and it wound up hurting them. So I'd be slapping my crew chief.
This has been an interesting race year because you have, seems like more than ever before, some of the same names at the top.
That's
Always
Ryan
talking
Blaney's
about
second
Kyle
win.
Larson.
Kyle
Chase
Larson's
Elliott.
wrecking shop.
Huh?
Kyle Larson's wrecking shop
No
this year. You know what's
kidding.
amazing is you got guys like now I'm going to sit there and draw a blank. 11.
11.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin and number 4. Harvick, Kevin Harvick, who had 9 wins last year, and neither one have had a win.
Nothing.
And you got Ryan Blaney, who has 2.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Another one, Austin Dillon, had a fast car yesterday, and after they finished stage 2, he gets clipped by Keselowski and slams him into the wall, and he's done for the day. But I really thought he was going to win that race.
Hey, what happened to the guy that won the Daytona 500 that we all rooted for?
That'd be McDowell.
Has he done anything since then?
He doesn't have to. He's already in the playoffs. So
Really?
he's middle of the pack kind of. He's a good driver, but the product, the cars that they put on the track for him are really middle of the track cars. I've learned a lot about the fact that if you're not a big time sponsor like or a team like Joe Gibbs Racing or Penske or Hendricks, you know, they're the big dogs. They got the money to put in the cars. A lot of those other cars are just happy if they get in a 15th, 14th, top 10 type
Oh, wow.
They
finishes.
get hand-me-down parts.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Literally, they do.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the funds to pay top notch for everything. So, like I say, I'm learning this. Apparently, there's a lot of good money in NASCAR because you finish 15th, you're making money. I mean, those cars take around $6 million a year to sponsor, if not more. An Indy car is $15 million a year
Wow.
to get that car for the year. So that's why those sponsorships are really big.
No kidding. Well, I have been educated a little bit this morning.
Yeah, and if you look on Denny Hamlin, the 1123 Denny Hamlin Michael Jordan car, they don't have any problem getting sponsored. If Michael Jordan throws his name out there, McDonald's and DoorDash and all those have no problem sponsoring vehicles.
Hey, I noticed
I
Emmett's-
imagine he doesn't have any problems.
I noticed Emmett Smith's getting into
Yes,
the
he sure
Infinity
is.
races.
Yes, he
becoming
and
part owner.
with now I'm going to draw a blank of the guy driving.
Yeah.
He's driven before, but
I saw
I'll
that
think
the
of
other
it. But
night.
yeah, Emmett's jumping in there. A couple
Yeah.
of pro basketball guys are looking into it. So
There you go.
It's an interesting sport, and I think people.
Singers.
Yeah,
Singers,
I
yeah.
think people are become just like myself, become more educated on the fact that there is a ton of strategy involved in NASCAR. That's why I watch it. I love strategy. Anything to do with strategy, I get engrossed in, and I've gotten engrossed in NASCAR. So
You know, I watch it a little bit, but I think if I went to a race like you guys, I would probably get hooked. My oldest son
Man, no,
did.
probably. That's exactly what happened to me. And they kept telling me, "You'll get hooked." I'm like, "No, I won't. I'm the smart guy, remember?"
Yeah, Stark did that. She got hooked when she went. You got hooked.
Yeah, I'm that guy that always tells you what's going to happen. And, you know, I'm sitting there talking to an assistant principal when I was at Farmersville, and he was telling me about having to get a colonoscopy and all that, being that age and getting to that age myself. And I'm like, I'll never do that. I'll show you. He goes, wait until someone in your family has it. Well, guess what? My brother gets colon
man.
cancer. And what did I do? Sign me up. Just like NASCAR. I ain't watching NASCAR. Guess what you won't beat me away from when it's on the TV? NASCAR.
NASCAR.
See how smart I am?
There you go. Yes, sir. Man, great show today, Coach. I appreciate you as always. We'll see you Wednesday. We'll scout the Lampasas Badgers and whatever else comes up. We have a lot of sports at the end of the week. Anything else today?
Let's thank those that make this show possible. Auto Glass Magic, Avalon Custom Homes, Bruner Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Bon Young, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company, Edward Jones Investments, Hendrick Medical, Howie Enterprises, Humphrey Peets, Landmark Life, MC Bank, Painter and Johnson Associates, Smith and Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, Weldon Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Teas.
Yes, sir. We appreciate all of them, Coach. I appreciate you, and we'll see you back here in the hot seat on Wednesday.
You bet. Have a great day, Brownwood.
Brownwood Lions head football coach, athletic director Sammy Burnett on the Coaches Show every Monday and Wednesday at this time on the radio at 101.3 KOXE and video streamed at KOXE.com.